Well, if you want something dirty and brown, here we go. Don't worry about a Mars bar on the floor. This is a Santiago water supply, which we're up in a desert place, so you can imagine the water's going to be pretty dirty, but that's pretty horrible, even for the center of a city, and that's where we are. Big buildings all around, and a guy is selling asparagus on the street corner. That's what we like. Bit of asparagus going on offer. Right, as many of you know, oh my god, that fucking poodle with his big ears. As many of you know, I've walked the streets of Santiago now for 50 years looking for a green open space, and I was promised one on the map, and every time I look at the map and like, yeah, you're right around the corner from it, and never get quite right around the corner from it. But I think that's true now. We are right around the corner and we're not going to come off track, so I'm going to keep walking down this main road. I'm not going to keep talking about the fucking idiot Boric who's in charge of this country. He's a fucking numpty. Honestly, what an idiot. And he promoted the head of the School of Medicine, who's of course 2021 World Economic Forum Young Global Leader. Most of the people who are involved in COVID, involved in high up bankruptcy of major banks and stuff, state fuckery basically, are members of the World Economic Forum, as you know. And they've been taught through the same process. It is like really an offshoot of an original CIA course set and run by Henry Kissinger in the 1950s and 60s. And which had alumni such as Klaus Schwab, the head of the World Economic Forum, and Pierre Trudeau. And these guys who run Chile are some of the stupidest people you can ever imagine. Along with these drivers on the roads. I don't even know what that's meant to be. He's got his hazards on. He's just driving around with his hazard on. Keep everyone on their toes. Are you going left or right? No, I'm hazarding. Hazarding a guess. I might go one way, I might go the other. So, you see there's a hillside up there. So we are coming up close to the park in the center of Santiago. Hoo-yah! And there's a risky biscuit. Yeah. Run across the road again. You tell them British. We calculate, preempt, run. That's it. Calculate, preempt, run. That's our civilization. Calculate, preempt, run. See a lot of these big trucks in Chile, especially as you get further down south. It's like the most. Oh, there's a lot of noise going on. I like that. I don't know where it's coming from, but let's see if we can find it. I'm sure if we look around enough, we might be able to find it. But chin bearding. That one was chin bearding it. One of the biggest problems, I think, is this young girl in front of me here who can't stop wearing the mask. And you get a feeling that they're wearing a mask just to hide their face because they get self-conscious issues. It's such a big excuse to the ones that I see. A lot of the people who I see who are wearing masks, I think, nowadays have some sort of like self-consciousness about how they look. A woman had a mask wrapped around the arm and she was waving her face like, I'm so hot. I'm wearing this mask and my face is so sweaty now. If you're feeling like, you know, you're someone who feels like you're ugly or you're not happy with the way you look, a mask is a wonderful thing, isn't it? We all know it. A mask is a wonderful thing. If you got a mask on, someone with bad skin, big teeth, crooked nose, then you can say, hey, no one look at me now. I like that. Someone who gives a little bit of a, says something every now and again randomly. Don't know what you were saying. Maybe it was to me, I doubt it. So that's the collection of signs up there, the colourful collection of signs, very Chilean too. And here we go. Now I'm sure I see a park. Now I know I've said this a couple of times already. I'm just like, please let this be a park. If it is, I'll find a place to drink a gin. That's what I'll do. And then I'll drink it and I'll be like, wander around in the park. Just like anybody would do. Well, so one of the things that you get from being a foreigner, you're walking around with a camera and there's a lot of these people who are like, why is this person taking any type of picture of my home? It's boring and crap. Makes you think, why are you living here then? That's just my own personal judgment. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't think so. I mean, here's the guy. Yeah, looking masked. Well done. Not looking good. Looking like an unrecognizable entity wearing a mask. What's the point of dressing up in a suit if you're going to wear a mask, mate? No one can see your face. No one knows it's you. Now you're suited for the establishment in your body, suited for the establishment in your face. That's what a mask is. Oh, I'm sure that is a big park over there. It's gotta be. Double takes at the camera there. Is that camera? Someone watching me. Someone watching me in the camera. I think someone's watching me. Oh my god. They're watching me, aren't they? Ah, awesome. Why not? Yeah. This guy's talking about the police, something. I like it. You know, hanging around in Chile, you come across a few drunk people who are like, hey man, you see the police? Yeah, and here we go. Okay, my first chance to audit in Chile. Here you go. My first opportunity. Here are the police. And what they're doing is probably getting some food, aren't they? Oh, it's a very attractive young Chilean police lady out there. And oh, they're both on their phones. I said, look, got dents all around the back. Oh, this is exciting. Audit in Chile. And look, it's got like, they're expecting a riot, aren't they? They got like dents all around the back of the vehicle there. And look at that lovely, like the motto, or the motif that they got on the back of the van says Caballeros de Chile, Orden y Patria, and they got two guns, two muskets. Are they muskets? No, rifles. They're proper rifles. You can see the one of the rifle like bits underneath the old rifles like that look like where you'd have the ramrods, and ramrods used to be on muskets, so flintlock and matchlock muskets, where you'd ram your musket down. So you'd put your gunpowder in your little thing at the top, put your musket ball in, and then you start ramming it down. And that's it. That's the thing. So they're leaving me alone, of course, and it's a bit nervy thinking of doing auditing in Chile. This guy loves it. He's like, hey, police, it's me again. You know me. You've arrested me before. Why not arrest me again? I wonder if this guy is actually going to do anything. Very, very nice. Hanging around for a drunk person, waiting for a drunk person to do something for the police. it could be an intriguing little moment. But I don't know what the laws are, so auditing I cannot properly do. But here he goes. Here they go. Off they go. They saw me recording them, and they left me alone. And they're much more like, I think they'd probably be like, "Gringo, let's move." Now I don't know if I said to many people, but my one experience with the police, we got pulled over on the side, and they were trying to find something on us. We got pulled over to the side of the road, and the police were trying their best to get something on us, and the partner just pretended she couldn't speak good Spanish, and he fell for it hook, line and sinker. And once the guy realized he had to try and speak English, he panicked, and he couldn't handle like looking at this American license that he was looking at either. So he's looking at an American driving license, trying to work it out. You could see his eyes were going cockeyed basically. And a lot of the Chilean police over here are big, sort of like butch guys who don't like to look like they don't know what's going on. And he ended up trying to see if she could speak Spanish by saying chicken and chips to her. First he said it, papa fritas de pollo. And look, there you go, responding to a crime. Here's what the Chilean police look like. There they are, off, doing their business. And here we are at a park. I was promised a park, and here is the park. So as you see up there, you've got a load of antennas. Those are mobile phone antennas, obviously. Masts for TV and the like. Which, I mean, once you get outside the cities in Chile, it's such a big country that you don't often get really good signal. Here is also it's got like a sky train, whatever, sky tram that goes up the mountain. Might do that in a couple of days or in the next day. For the time being, I'm just gonna wander around the road and go across to where the green areas is. Now this shows a lovely green area, and it's a bit boring. I mean, you got the big hill up there, which is nice, but if this is the best, you're going, wait a minute, I smell weed. I like the smell of weed. Whenever I smell it, it probably came out of a car, to be honest. But whenever I smell weed, I'm like, hi, where can I find that from? People say, don't just buy weed off the street. What do you think you do in your own country? Everybody buys weed off the street if they want to smoke weed. And then eventually the guys come around your house because you got a phone number. Yes. That's what you want. I think I might have found the guy who was smoking the weed there. The only friendly person in Chile who gives a little thumbs up to the world around. So let's go up and see what this statue looks like over here. Like I say, it's a burning hot day in Chile, which I like very much. Even though I used to be terrible with hot weather, mainly because I was on Prozac for many years, get hooked on to these mental health drugs, and then they don't take it off. Now this is a perfect example. Okay, so what is this? Fountains in some sort of lake they're making, but nothing's turned on because they're having to conserve water because it's hot. So here you go. I've worked hard to get to this park where I can hang around, and there's the running water slowly trickling into this shallow pool of brown water. Welcome to the public parks in Chile, in Santiago. And that really is the state of play of the water in Santiago. That's what it looks like, and it's not just here, that's everywhere. So, people buy bottled waters for sure. Now this statue What's funny about this statue is it looks like it's a, what's it say? Tortilla Alberta 1944. A sculptor. Oh, this is a sculptor. That's a massive ass with balls and a cock there. God, they could get away with some stuff back in the day. It's like the old porn, isn't it? Statues. And look, that pigeon has got a really good place to hang out up there. And the statue's quite nice. It's been spray painted on his ass. It's got a big golden asshole. And enormous feet. Actually, his feet are about my size, which is a bit big. You know, he's got probably about size 20s or something by the looks of things. And oh, I've scared away that guy. Oh no, I didn't want to do that. Ooh, big bit of poo. Oh, his cock's been taken clean off. Someone's taken that home. Some lucky lady owns this man's cock. Well, I suppose whatever floats your boat. Cocks do it for you. That guy's cock was probably old and hard still. Now, it's amazing, and next to the water source is where the seems to have the least water as the plants. And this is one of the things you get. Here you go, look at this. This is not very pleasant. So I was aiming to come to this park because I thought, oh, it'd be a nice, you know, I'd walk in, be trees all around, you'd forget you're in the city. But no, I remember fully well I'm in the city here. Fully well. It looks like a proper city park. It looks shitty. So, still, kids chase pigeons in parks, you know. A lot of people find things to do. That's a statue? Wow. I don't even know what that's meant to be. Is it these geometric shaped statues? I never know what to make of them because it looks shit, doesn't it? It's like someone hasn't tried to make a statue. Can you make some sort of modern sculpture? Yes, okay. I've done this. I've drawn it out. It took me 10 minutes. Good. We'll make it immediately. And you got some weird looking bridge over there. We'll wander over that way. See if we can find any more park. Maybe there's something better than this. Obviously up there is better than this, so maybe we'll head that way. But I was really hoping for more than this. I was really hoping for more. Alright, I'm gonna get my bearings. Ooh, IBM. Oh, you want a nasty company? There's a nasty company for you. So in this park, that's probably the prettiest pair of trees. It is still a modern deathscape park, I'm gonna call it, with a waterless fountain, or just muddy water. But that's a beautiful set of trees there. And there's someone raking them, hard at work, raking the trees. Hey. So, we're heading down to what is an older district now of Chile. I'm going to check out how the other side lives. To be honest, I'm not sure if I'll even find anything. I don't know what is happening here. I'm just wandering around like you always do, like one always does, just wandering around the city, wandering around a place, pointing the camera, talking into a microphone, and waiting by roads. And there you go, nice big green man. I wonder who makes these green man signs. Reckon it's China. Yeah, no, it's only red. There's only red walk signs in China. Don't cross over the road. That was my best Chinese accent. Oh, and look, here we are again. We got more police auditing to do in Chile. And again, they won't bother me, more than likely. Not only because they're on bikes, and not only because I've got a camera, mainly because I'm speaking English. And they hate I have to try to speak English. So here they are. Look at them. Looking all hot in their flows with their bikes. Their big green bikes. They like to ignore people. Hola. Yeah, definitely ignoring me. And that's what we want. We want police that ignore you. Not police. We want to be able to point a camera around in a touristy area like this. Ooh, look at this. It's getting more parky. I like it. I think I'm getting to a good park. And that's what you want. You want to be able to point the camera at police and for police to completely ignore you and be like, I'm not interested in this guy. Why be interested in this guy? He's just pointing the camera around at me. And that's good auditing. That's what we want to see. So, is that because of the culture? I think the Chilean police are a lot more authoritarian if they can be authoritarian. So if they get the rules to be enforced, and they get to enforce them, they'll enforce them good. But when it comes down to just, sorry, disculpa. There they are, off to do their policey type business on their little bikes. Wandering around, looking for those pesky weed smokers. That's what they do. Something's going on over here too. That's very interesting. It's probably just a bunch of students hanging around. It's always nice to see. Ooh, Schafstein. That sounds a little bit German, doesn't it? I would say so. So people hanging around in the park, looking lovely, looking like they're probably having a great time. I would assume that it's some sort of like, I wouldn't be surprised if it's like people taking a picture of a QR code on a tree. Well done, people. Well. Still, the park I was hoping for is this park. And I wasn't really hoping for this park. This is still right in the centre. I mean, this is smoggy heaven. You can smell the exhaust fumes all around. A little bit of piss in the dirt. And you can still smell the pork on bikes in the distance. Is that rude? Yes, it is. Why is that rude? Because I can be rude about the police. What they're gonna do about it? Arrest me. You're under arrest for being rude. Now, here we go. They were taking pictures of a QR code on a tree. What the fuck is all that about? Honestly. You can actually buy apps where you could just like, well, you can download apps, buy apps. Probably do have to buy the good ones. But you can download apps where you can like look at a shrub or a tree and it'll tell you to a certain degree of accuracy what type of tree it is, what type of plant it is, what type of shrub it is, what type of mushroom it is, all of these different things it'll tell you. So why would you want to pin a QR code to a tree, go through that? It's like this point where the technology is in the medium stage, so we're still using processes of the past like codes, barcodes, QR codes, scanning things to be able to do something that in a few years time you won't need a QR code to do. So it's like this intermediary moment in history, in technological history that we're currently experiencing here, where people take pictures of a QR code or scan a QR code on a tree. I find that quite intriguing, amazing. It's a nice couple just having a little canoodle in the park there. We won't put the limelight on them. They don't need that. They've already got enough inside them. Again, I complain about this park, but a green space is better than no green space, isn't it? We much prefer to have the ability to walk around and see a little bit of green. And oh, here we go again. Another policeman. So these auditing sections will probably be separated up. So we can have a Chilean version of the auditing. Here we go. What's this? Oh, you've got a cone under you. I'm watching you. The worst time. Uh-oh. Yeah, put it up right. Good. Oh, you can't do it. That's it. You got it. Good work. Good work kicking it. He's a nice boy, really. He's a nice boy, really. See, I gave him a thumbs up. He gave me a thumbs up with a little bit of a rock and roll symbol. So, again, the Chilean police have been outstanding so far. Really, really good in Santiago. And I say that in Santiago because as we know in Britain, as we know in America, depending on where you go, depending on where you hang out, is dependent on how the police will be. So I always found that Cardiff police were a little bit stricter than Valleys police, a bit north of Cardiff. And if you go over to Bristol, the police over there are pretty chilled. If you go a little bit up to Hereford or Worcester or Gloucestershire, then you get really anal police who are looking to enact their power wherever because they're from smaller places. There you go. Got this guy on his gold phone. All of the police here probably see having a little nap. That's good napping. All of the police here obviously don't like cameras too much. So, but this is all blocked off. All of this bus lane here for some reason. I think that's because they're doing I think that's what's called a taco by the thing. Ooh, look at this guy. Hola. Hola. Just looking at the nice collar. Ooh, swanky. Good collar. That guy had a mean collar on him, didn't he? He enjoyed that as well. He was like, you're paying me attention. Which is nice. There you go again. Oh, here's a chief. You tell this guy's got to be the chief on his motorbike here. They got such horrible coloured uniforms. Look how horrible these uniforms are. I mean, the women, when you see Chilean women with their uniforms on, police women, they do look like completely and utterly like it takes away all of the cuteness out of women. So this is what we call a taco, I suppose. This is where they pull people out of a lineup. So they blocked off the bus area. No one can go on the bus stop there. And they stand around and they pull over some people. And I don't know why. What's this? Oh, Lucha Marek. How am I meant to read what's under there now? What a bastard. There you go, they're watching TikTok down on their phones. That's nice. But there's a lot of police for this, so how many police have we got? Let's jump up here. Bow, bow, bow. So you got one who was playing with the cones down there, 3 hanging around at the end, so that's 4. You got 5, 6, 7, and what are they doing? They don't look like they're doing 7, 8, 9. So within a space of, what, say 150 yards, you've got 9 policemen. Not any of them are doing anything. They're all just waiting. They're waiting to pounce. And when they get their ability to pounce, they'll start pulling people in. And what they'll probably start doing is removing the cones. Where you saw the guy dancing with the cone earlier, they'll remove the cones and start drawing people in, saying, okay, you're being pulled over. And they'll come up to this bus lane. And basically this whole area here will be lined up with cars, a taco, a queue, a traffic jam of cars. They will all be having their details carefully checked by these officers. And whether you agree with that or not, they've got the funding to do that, and so that's what they do. And it seems to be one of the main ways they make their money in Chile as the police force is by pulling drivers over and looking for simple infractions. Now, what I see is I'm usually pulling people over and then checking their stuff in detail and then just moving them along. And this is amazing. Still, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 police in a matter of 150 yards, and none of them are doing anything yet. I say none of them are doing anything yet. Wait till they jump on top of me and start abusing my rights. I don't think that's going to happen though. They look like they're pretty chilled about me, so they've left me alone. I leave them alone. They haven't even bothered that many people. So I wouldn't also be surprised if this isn't some sort of sting operation, that they're waiting for something to happen, or someone like big is hanging around here and they got to be here to protect them. So when I say big, like a politician, Boric himself maybe. But there you go, passing the audit again. Chilean police, they're doing well. They may look, they got all the look of aggressive police, but they got none of the behavioral traits, except when they get given powers. When they get given powers, they'll take you to the ground if they need to. So that's extremely interesting. I find that extremely interesting. And again, is this another waterless fountains? No, it's got a bit of water in. Look, they've literally got the guys with the tubes and the generator there to fill up the fountain because the water disappears so quickly. And so you got some sort of filtration unit pumping water. That's fine. It's fine. You don't have to worry. It's just a camera, mate. It's just a camera. It's just a camera. You're alright. You're alright. Come on, come. Tranquil. Tranquil, come. Whoa! He doesn't like it, does he? He's gonna throw dirt at me. So obviously you've got slums down here as well, because this is slumland. This is the place. This is why, because there's a load of people who are living homeless, which is a bit sad. So that guy, I'm not sure if I caught all of it because my camera goes off every now and again. But that guy decided to throw rocks at me to try and get me away. He's a complete douchebag, of course, and I told him such. He couldn't understand. And he wants to be scary. He ain't scaring me, mate. If he wants to have a little battle with me, he can. We'll have a little fight. But we're in a rough area of Santiago now. You can see it. But the fact I'm having stones thrown at me. Hola. Hey. See? Even though, I mean, you can't judge everybody by one bad apple. As that guy's got issues, man. I mean, the reason he's probably homeless is he's probably got mental health issues. And it isn't a surprise, really, is it? Because if you have to live in a park, 27 degrees temperature, and you don't have any water, you're likely to be a bit of an arsehole. And it's hard for people. Even in, I mean, Western world, in Asia, in Africa, you know, if you've got no money, life's hard, and you get angry with people. So, whoa, I love the smell. Oh man, I can smell that weed. I'm getting into weedland. Oh yes. Maybe I should pull away the camera so I can see if I can pick up some of this amazing weed I can smell, wherever it may be coming from. I don't know where it may be coming from, but wherever it is, it's nice, and I like it. I really do hope I got that last interaction on camera. It was very interesting. And it's not a surprise that the police are hanging around just around the corner, because they're probably about to bother homeless people, because that's what they do. The police love to bother homeless people, and there seems to be a lot of homeless people around here. And there's no difference between Cardiff and Santiago in this sense, because if you go to the castle grounds at times when times are hard, you get the same things. Little shacks made up where people are living. Look, that's where people are living, man. Would you want to live on the side of the road like that in a city like this? I don't think so. I don't think anybody would want. But they are. They're living like this. Now, most homeless people can't stand up in a fight. What are these guys eating? They look like they're loving it. Oh, someone's been feeding them good. Yeah, you keep eating. I'm not going to stop you, boys. I'm into pigeons. I used to watch Pigeon Street. I used to watch your kind when I was young. And so here's more shacks. Now this is another side of Chile. Now we're getting to it. Now we're getting to the real Chile. Now we're getting to the real Santiago. And this is where I want to be, where people throw rocks at you. That's where I want to be. I want to be here. I want to be at the place where people are angry. Of course, I can't communicate with them at the moment, so I can't ask them why they're angry. I can't tell them, listen, I'm on your side, mate. What the fuck are you doing? Throwing rocks at me. I'm completely with you. You know, I'm fighting these guys who are putting you on the streets. I understand. Well, if this isn't the weirdest statue of Jar Jar Binks I've ever seen. That's a fucked up statue. And look at this. Look at these. People living a really hard life, man. Really hard life. Now, I see this and I think to myself, man, poor folk. Got a hard life. I see this and I think to myself, these people, they're not as well off as you think. They don't look after their people as well as you'd hope they do. And like, it's not like they moved them on. In London, they'd probably come down and they'd just completely and utterly trash these buildings from the off, you know. Hey, look at this. This has got the cleaner water than down there. It's amazing. Can you imagine living 27 degrees? They got a mini cenotaph. But living in like 27 degrees temperatures in places like this without any proper water, and this is all you've got. Life is fucking hard. Like, life is hard. For some people in this world right now, life is hard. And at the same time, there's billionaires in Switzerland and the like who are completely and utterly fucking people over all of the time. Like, they've got little cut out bits on this place. Man, I feel for these people. I do. I feel for these people. I don't want them to throw stones at me, but I want their life to be better. I don't want them to have to live like this, you know? And it's sad when you see that they do live like this. It's a hard time, you know? Chile is not an easy place. Santiago is definitely not an easy place. And it's full of contradictions. Because you've got these 300-foot buildings that tower over everybody. And you've got these dirty water fountains down there in a pseudo park that looks like it's not maintained properly yet. If you go up to where I'm staying at the moment, everything's got water in abundance. So the balance is out, man. The balance is out, and the balance always goes towards business. So it's business, business, business. That guy's got a long rod. Business, business, business. So this cenotaph-looking creation is dedicated to Presidente Jose Manuel Balmaceda Fernandez. Now, Balmaceda is a place, I wonder if that's named after him, from 1886 to 1891. Well, that's obviously when he was president. That's not when he was born, because otherwise he's 5 years old. He was president at 3. But is Balmaceda, is that saying that he's from Balmaceda? Balmaceda Fernandez, that's where he's from, you know. Because Balmaceda is down a little bit further down than Puerto Montt, a little bit up from Puerto Natales, and up from Puerto Arenas, down in Patagonia way. And it's, hard life. Hard life down here in Santiago, and we are down in a place where Presidente Jose Manuel Balmaceda Fernandez. Oh, there you go. Look at that forehead. He looks like the Albert Einstein cartoon from, what is it? What movie is it? I get a feeling it's AI, where it goes to ask questions. Porque el amor son todas las cosas de la vida. Now, whatever that means, I bet you it's invoking something that isn't here anymore. Look at it. Look at it, it's hard. So I'm gonna take a little journey. I think I'm gonna go across the other side over here. And I'm gonna go past these guys who look a little homeless. And you can see now the buildings are run down. Hey, what's going on, buddy? Hey, man, be friendly. Hey, mate, you don't want to fuck. You don't want to fuck with me, mate. You don't want to fuck with me. Hey, boy. Hello, boy. Hey, calm, tranquil, my man, tranquil. Amigo, I'm your amigo, man. I'm your amigo. You can say this, I'm your friend. You don't even know me. Yeah, hey, calm. You do that. You want to do that? Yeah, come on. No, you want it, come on. Calm. Hey, calm. Okay, calm. Silly. You're being silly. Hey. Calm. Nice. Amiable. Hey, calm. What do you think I am? Calm. Tranquillo, eh? Tranquillo. Here he comes.
Young generation, like Prime Minister Trudeau, President of Argentina and so on, certainly penetrates the cabinets.